नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. I am giving Dr. Lily Trivedi, and today I am going to give a lecture on biodegradation and biofuel. This lecture is for BSc Agriculture Second Sem, BSc AG, and to start with, what are biofuels? Any hydrocarbon fuel that is produced from an organic matter in a short period of time is considered as a biofuel. So that organic matter can be living or once living material, and time period can be in the days, weeks, or sometimes even months. The biofuel may be solid, liquid, or gaseous in nature. When it is solid, it is called as manure, dried plant material, or wood. When it is liquid, it is in the form of bioethanol or biodiesel. And when it is gaseous, it is called as biogas. Now, these can be used to replace, in addition to diesel, petrol, or other fossil fuels, for transport, stationary, portable, other applications, and also for generating heat and electricity. Now, since the biofuels are being more in demand today, the rising price of oil, emission of greenhouse gases from fossil fuels, and interest obtaining from fuel from agriculture crop is the reason for use of biofuels today. Now, there are different categories of biofuels. The first generation biofuels. They are made from food sources like sugar, starch, vegetable oil, animal fats, etc. And they are in the form of bioalcohol, biodiesel, vegetable oil, biogas, bio. Now, this is a process is easy, and use of food source in the production of biofuels create an imbalance of food economy, therefore increase food price and hunger. So there is a second generation biofuel, and they are produced from non-food crops or portion of food crops which are not edible or they are waste, like the stem, the husk, the wood chips, and the fruit skin and peeling. Thermochemical reaction or biochemical conversion process is used, and they are example like cellulose, ethanol, and biodiesel are the results. The production here is quite complicated, and it is reported that these biofuels emit less greenhouse gases. Now we have the third generation biofuels. They are produced from microorganisms like algae. For example, butanol. So microorganisms like algae can be used for grown in land and water, and for which is unsuitable for food production. So they do not uh, strain the water resources of the land. The disadvantage is that the fertilizer which is used in the production of these algae can lead to environmental pollution. Then we have the fourth generation biofuels. Now their crops are genetically engineered to take in high amounts of carbon and grown and harvested as biomass. Then these crops are converted into fuel using second generation techniques. The fuel is pre-combusted and the carbon is captured. Then the carbon is geosequestered, that is, the carbon is stored in a depleted oil or gas field or in unminable coal seams. Some of the fuels are considered as carbon negative as their production pulls out carbon from the environment. So these are about the generation of the biofuel. Then we have the major types of biofuel. Let's discuss. First is bioethanol. It is derived from corn and sugar using fermentation process. A liter of ethanol approximately contains 2/3 of the energy provided by 1 liter of petrol. When mixed with petrol, it improves the combustion performance and also lowers the carbon monoxide emission and monoxide. The second biofuel which we'll discuss is biodiesel. It is derived from vegetable oils like soybean oil, palm oil, and vegetable waste oil, animal fats, by the biochemical process called transesterification. It produces less or no amount of harmful gases as compared to diesel and can be used as an alternative. Then third is biogas. It is produced by anaerobic decomposition of organic matter like sewage and animals and human sewage. And the major proportion of biogas is methane and carbon dioxide. It has small proportions of hydrogen sulfide, hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and silohexane. It is commonly used for heating, electricity, and automobiles. Biobutanol. It is same way like bioethanol, but the fermentation is through the starch, and it is highest among gasoline alternatives and can be used for solvent in textile industry and base for perfume. Then we have biohydrogen. Like biogases, it can be produced by a number of processes such as pyrolysis, gasification, and biological fermentation. It is a perfect alternative for fossil fuel. Now we have some advantages and disadvantages of biofuel. Biofuels are produced for biomass, so they are renewable, so this is advantage. The source material is that they can be made from wide range of materials like crop waste, manure, and byproducts. The environmental pollution is reduced because it helps in managing the municipal solid waste. Biofuels are produced locally and therefore they decrease the nation's dependence upon other countries and they protect the integrity of the energy resources. Economic stimulation is there as these biofuels are produced locally. The fuel production plants employs many workers, create new jobs and demand for biofuel crops. So therefore there is a improvement in the agriculture industry. But we have certain disadvantages also. What is it? Now, the fossil fuels produce more energy than some of the biofuels. The cost of pumping fossil fuel from ground is difficult and expensive product, but the production of land for biofuels is also very high and growing the crops and there is a loss of biodiversity. The food shortage is there and it has impact on the food industry. The water used for is massive as first the crops have to be properly irrigated, then for manufacturing of fuel, water is required. So there is a strain on the water resource. So this was all about biofuel. Now I'm going to take another short topic that is biodegradation in today's lecture only. Biodegradation or biological degradation is the phenomena of biological transformation of organic compounds by living organisms, particularly microorganisms. So they basically convert the complex organic molecules to simple ones. And there is a term biotransformation also, where there is incomplete biodegradation, which is called biotransformation. Now, it is through the process of mineralization, where organic substance is oxidized to CO2, and partial degradation or degradation, substrate partially degraded without energy gain, non-specific action of certain enzyme, polymerization. So these are the factors for biodegradation. Now let's consider the main factors. Genetic potential acclimatization, that is the period of the onset before the biodegradation process needs to reach a critical biomass which is favoring the biodegradation. Bioavailability, that is substrate should hydrophobic partition should be there into organics of the soil. They should be trapped in the micropores of the soil and polymerization process should take place. Then another factor is contaminant structure. There should be steric branching and functional groups which can hinder interaction with the active sites of the enzymes. Electronic effects of the functional groups or residues on aromatic effects can affect the chemical properties. Then we have toxicity of, there should be a high level of toxins which can disrupt the cell membrane and function. The halogenated hydrocarbon degradation, there are basically three mechanisms: aerobic degradation by oxidation enzyme, anaerobic degradation in which enzymes carrying reduced metals and they work best. So students, this was brief about biodegradation, biofuels. I hope you have liked my lecture, and if you have any query, please comment in the comment section. I will resolve it soon. This session was powered by digital version 2.0 of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Thank you and namaste.